Once upon a starseed. Once upon a time, you were this. You had no name, no shape, no color, no size, no sex, age, or sound. You were timeless and spaceless. You were everything and nothing at the same time, the Alpha and the Omega. You were, and still are, infinite, intelligent potential energy, sometimes referred to as the void, the monad, dark matter, counter space, the creator, or simply God. You are God, in quality but not quantity. You are but a drop in the ocean of everything. At some point, you, this everything and nothing, decided to become, well, something. This was the first thought. This first thought led to the first manifestation. In the beginning, God spoke, sound and vibration. The second manifestation soon followed. Let there be light. And so, light was manifest into existence. We now had the first manifestations or building blocks of existence, the original Holy Trinity, light, sound, and vibration. This holy triad was and still is the spark, fire, or pyre of life at the center or middle of all existence, the pyramid of existence. This is Atum or Adam, the atom. This original triad or pyramid spark of life in its purest form is, of course, a star. You are a star. You are physically made up of stardust, atoms, atomic energy, and within you contain starlight, spirit, or conscious energy. Stars, of course, are angels or angles of light resonating at various frequencies of light and sound within the universal spectrum of frequency. Now, the first atomic or Adamic star in this universe was Polaris, the pole star at pole position, the Pyra in the middle, the pyramid star where it all began. This is the original light bearer, Brahma, Lucifer, Christ, or simply the point of singularity as modern science calls it. This is the firstborn star of our universe. Everything revolves around Polaris. All stars in our universe were born out of Polaris. This polar original star fragmented itself into individual fractals of itself in a process known as the Big Bang in modern scientific circles. Of course, we all know there are many other stars that revolve around Polaris, most notably the 12 main zodiac constellations that help Polaris regulate space, time, and matter within our universe. We could think of Polaris as the conductor in the center, surrounded by a zodiac orchestra of 12 disciples. You, I, and everything in existence is a fractal reflection of Polaris, the central star of the show. Polaris, along with all the other superstars, are of course in the heavens above our heads. These celestial heavens are a plane of existence in our universe contained within something known as the firmament or firm mind. Aptly named, as this plane of existence, the firmament, is constant and infinite in time and space relative to everything else in our universe. The next manifestation of existence after the heavens, with all the various angels or angles of light, sound, and vibration, was the ether field. The ether field is the plane below the firmament, but above the earthly plane. We could call the ether field the space or bridge between heaven and earth. This is where the solar systems exist and operate from. Our solar system, of course, predominantly consists of suns and moons, what we know as planets from our perspective. Many of you will now know plasma is the conduit for all atomic light, sound, and vibration to express itself in various forms. The planets within the plane of the ether field are structured within plasmic gas, whereas the stars in the firmament plane are structured within plasmic light. The alchemical merging of atomic plasmic light in the heavens and atomic plasmic gas in the ether field creates what we call spirit. Spirit is also known as the Holy Ghost in religious circles. In essence, when we're in the heavens, we were a star, plasmic light. And when you were in the solar system, ether field, you became a spirit, plasma gas. Now, space held within the firmament is dipolar, with dipolaric light in the form of stars, as we've already established. Whereas space held within the etheric plane is electromagnetic, with plasmic electric suns and plasmic magnetic moons, otherwise known as the wandering planets. The next plane, below the ether field, is of course the plane of the earth. As many of you now know, I propose that the plane of the earth is currently divided into 4 physical concentric rings of terrain or land. Each ring concentrically spiraling outwards from the center of our universe, pole position, or the North Pole from our perspective here on Earth. These 4 concentric terrains of land on the plane of the Earth are currently separated by various electromagnetic plasma torus fields, also known as domes or Van Allen belts. These are what we might call districts, domains, or dimensions. Each district, domain, or dimension with its own solar and ecosystems. Mercury, the androgynous electromagnetic sun and moon within the central toroidal field. Our electric sun Apollo and magnetic moon Artemis within our toroidal field. The electric sun Mars and magnetic moon Venus within the next toroidal field. And of course, the electric sun Saturn and magnetic moon Jupiter within the last outer toroidal field. The entire universe, the heavens or plane of the firmament, with all the stars, angels or angles of light, the plane of the ether field with the various toroidal fields and solar systems, the earthly plane with its various districts, domains, and dimensions, is all held within the grand toroidal field of our universe, what many ancient cultures called the cosmic egg. As we established at the beginning of this transmission, your journey as an individual star began in the heavens, where you were an angel or angle of light. A triangle of light, to be specific. This triangle of light is, of course, your original frequency of light, sound, and vibration. You and I continually emit a frequency of this light, sound, and vibration. This frequency is manifest here on Earth by all sentient beings as our thoughts, emotions, and actions. In the heavens, we were superstar angels or angles of light. Our true frequency was, and still is, aligned to a particular angle of space within the celestial cosmos. This angle of space is what we call a constellation of stars. Thus, we could say your original triangle of frequency was and still is aligned to certain celestial constellations. This is your original sign of nature, your spiritual signature. This spiritual sign of nature can be determined by the exact location of celestial star constellations at the exact time and space of your earthly incarnation. Your Earth Day, or birthday in short, is what we might call your astrology. Astro meaning a star, logi coming from the root word to log, record, or document. Astrology is simply the science of one observing, recording, and documenting their original spiritual sign of nature, their signature. As above in the heavens, so below here on earth. Naturally, these three planes of existence, the heavens, the ether field, and the earth, all operate within different bandwidths of frequency. We could call these different frequencies or bandwidths universal language or coding. This frequential universal language is coded as sine wave signals that are holographically transmitted and interpreted by us through the mind. All is mind. As an earthly sentient being, your thoughts and emotions are simply frequency of energy you are continually downloading, emitting, and transmitting. This downloading, processing, emitting, transmitting, and subsequent actioning of oneself is what we call consciousness. And like I've been saying, there are four main stages of conscious awareness: the unconscious, the conscious, the subconscious, and superconscious mind. These stages, or states of conscious awareness, are programs built into the mainframe of the human higher mind system. They are like levels or grades that help us perceive, interpret, and experience reality in any given space and time. The degree of one's conscious perception in relation to universal truth is what we call intelligence. Our purpose on earth is for us to intelligently navigate through our earthly experiences. Experience, of course, evokes a process of learning. Learning leads to growth, and growth is, of course, expansion. Expansion, as we all know, is movement. We must move the ment, move the mind. That is why we are here. That is the purpose of life. Every time we move the mind, we draw closer and closer to ourselves, to the oneness, source, or God, if you like. You and I are all from the same source of energy. We all contain the same essence of being. We all have the same potential star energy, just at different frequencies of light, sound, and vibration. Now, let's revisit and map each stage of the process from our beginning to our current. 1. You and I began as one, whole with the universe within the multiverse, the void or the womb of source energy. We were and still are a cosmic drop in the ocean of existence, timeless, shapeless, and spaceless. 2. You and I separated ourselves from the whole. We polarized ourselves out of the cosmic womb and into the firmament. This firmament is the first plane of existence in our universe. We were now individual expressions of experience. We became angels or angles of plasmic light, sound, and vibration, or simply stars as we know them. This first division subsequently began our polarized and dualistic descent into the cosmic game of hide and seek. We became co-creators of experience. 3. From plasmic angles of light in the firmament, we transversed further down into the ether field, where our plasmic light transmuted from light to gas or Holy Ghost. This alchemical transmutation from light to gas is what we call becoming a spirit. As a spirit in the ether field of solar systems, you descended further and further away from the whole, getting lost deeper and deeper into the game, all the while co-creating and cohabiting with all the other stars of the show. 4. At a specific time in space, your spirit was lured into the solar system, getting further away from the firm mind of the heavens and closer to the plane of the lower mind, the earth. Within the ether field of the solar systems, your spirit awaited its turn to enter the holographic physical playing field of the earth. And one day, when the frequency of your particular constellations of superstars was perfectly aligned, your spirit was incepted into the earthly void or womb of a woman. Within the womb, your spirit once again transmuted from plasma gas, spirit, into plasma liquid, blood, within your new earthly body. The alchemical conduit for your plasmic spirit to transmute into blood was the most powerful liquid plasma on Earth, electrically charged semen. 5. At some stage during your womb transition from spirit into blood, you became a physical human being, or as I like to call it, a rock star. At the moment of birth, be Earth, when you became Earth, you entered this realm through the place you enter, the placenta. The moment you took your very first breath, you became a soul. Your star self became soiled to the earth by the soles of your feet, and thus your transmutational descent was alchemically complete. From starlight to plasma solar spirit to plasma DNA liquid or blood, and finally into our current state of matter as a human being. 6. And so, here we are, on the plane of the earth, in this dimensional realm, trying to find the starlight hidden within, the real you. We could say we are playing hide and seek with ourselves. Why? Well, because we chose to. We chose to enter the dragon, the serpent, the Ouroboros circle and cycle of experience, learning, growth, and expansion. We all chose to leave the cosmic womb and enter the energy game of hide and seek, snakes and ladders. Be inspired to find your nearest ladder and reach for the higher mind. 7. The rules of the game are simple. Know thyself and follow your path. One can only know thyself by expanding their conscious awareness. This can only happen when one's intent or heart is pure. A pure heart allows for one to tune into a pure frequency. Pure frequency being knowledge, information, and direction, signaled directly from the higher mind, the firm mind of the superstars in the firmament. This is your knowledge armor, your K armor, otherwise known as karma. However, intelligent intention must always be followed through with intelligent action. We might call this virtuous action. Action, of course, requires change. Be prepared to change your perception of food, health, science, geography, cosmology, religion, and all the other lower mind scripts and programs you inherited. Be open to unlearning, learning, and relearning. Be prepared to change your mind. It's totally mental. All is mind. 8. We have now well established that the earth is a stage, playground, or school where our rock star selves experience, learn, grow, and expand. And of course, like any school, the school of earth has many various classrooms, what we might call realms or dimensions, and grades, what we might call ages and epochs. Like I've been saying, the season of change is upon us. It's almost graduation day. The graduation ceremony is fast approaching. Are you ready? 9. The student will see when the pupil is ready. Is your pineal pupil opened and ready? What quest are you on? What stage, classroom, and or level of game will you be playing in this and your next lifetime? Find yourself and be yourself. Enjoy the experience of learning. Share your joy with others. Continue to seek, grow, and expand. But most importantly, remember, this is just a game. You are the star of your show. Smile.